And we are live yet again, back for another post-match show following West Ham's abysmal defeat at the hands of Liverpool 3-1. As always, I am joined with my co-host, Irish Tommy. I think I know kind of the mood you're in, but how you feeling?
Disgusted,
Yeah.
to be completely honest. And I'm not because we lost 3-1. Just disgusted at the nature of the defeat. It's completely unacceptable. I just felt like throwing up, to be honest, watching that, because you can lose games different ways. Look, we're West Ham. We're going to lose games. And almost every time we play Liverpool, we're going to lose to them.
Yeah.
So, this isn't about we lost at home 3-1 to Liverpool. It's happened plenty of times before. It will happen plenty of times going forward. It's just the nature of the defeat. It was just the white flag was raised right from the off. It was just capitulation. It was cowardly. We never had a go at them at any point, really, and
Yeah.
that's that it was just horrible to watch. It was just sickening, to be honest.
Yeah, given the strength of the Liverpool squad, how injury ravaged it is. I mean, that back line. I mean, they're down 4 center backs. Evening Nippon, welcome. Same to you, Neil. Anyone else who's here, Dalek. But my theory is we played so defensively because Sadio Mane was a 50-50. And we still anticipated Salah and Firmino. So I understand why you want to go defensive if those are the three leading the charge. And I'd have to imagine that is kind of how we practiced all week long, leading in the build up to this match, that we're going to be a bit more defensive and have to hit them on the counter. The second, though, that team sheet comes out and Firmino's on the bench, that's kind of disrespectful towards us, saying, "Oh, this is going to be an easy game, so he can get a bit of rest." And Mane is just out entirely. We just made no changes. We should have gone for that. That was a weakened front line. We should have gone for it, and we just didn't.
Yeah. See, here's the issue, and you will see this in comment sections, probably here in our live chat. You'll probably see someone say it. You'll see it a lot on Twitter. And it's basically what the problem was tonight, is that David Moyes put out a team to play against Liverpool FC, the legend.
Yeah.
He did not put out a team to play against this specific 11 Liverpool players who actually are beatable and could be got at and were vulnerable. He put out a team to play the great Liverpool FC. He was terrified. Last time we saw this, for some bizarre reason, he was terrified with our home game to Brighton.
Yeah.
For some reasons best known to himself. But that's what we saw again. And here we go. Neil is at it already. This is what I'm talking about. This irreverence towards Liverpool, the football club, is what cost us the game tonight. And you're seeing a bit of it from Neil there, frankly. It's this irreverence. It's Liverpool. It's the great Liverpool FC. And basically that's who Moyes set up to play against. A legendary side. This is not a legendary side. It's not a legendary 11 players that were on the pitch. They were vulnerable. And we basically just capitulated to a kind of... we capitulated to the ghost of Liverpool, shall we say.
That's a good analogy.
And it was awful, frankly. We should have been much more positive. We should have been willing to get at them and go toe-to-toe with them, and maybe we get something. Because it's not, like I said, it's not about the fact that we lost at home to Liverpool. It's not about the fact that it was 3-1. It was just cowardice from start to finish from David Moyes. And the proof of the cowardice was in the substitutions he made at 2-0.
Yeah.
When the game was there, when at 2-0, this is where you say, right now, we have to do something. We really have to try something now. And at 2-0 to bring on Noble and, it's just like, okay, you're basically cashing in your chips. You're saying, okay, we're now defending a 2-0 loss. It was white flags all round from David Moyes. And there's one thing I can't fucking stand. Let me put it this way to you, Chris, before I finish up on this point. We lost tonight by the very same scoreline that we lost to Man United at home.
Yeah.
not that long ago. 3-1. Neither you nor me came on this show after that 3-1 loss to Man United ranting.
No.
We were very positive.
I mean, we were angry that we didn't.
Positive. We were upset that we didn't put them away, didn't take our chances, that we'd be so wasteful in front of goal. But performance-wise, we were very happy. Do you know, we're saying, look, we'd completely wiped the floor with United for 60 minutes. Are you telling me that Liverpool 11 tonight were any better whatsoever than that Man United 11 that we played that night? No. What was the difference? We went after Man United and had a go at them. And tonight, Moyes bent over for Liverpool. Liverpool FC, the legendary club, bent over for them tonight. He was fucking terrified of the legend of Liverpool. And that's not good enough. They're no better than that Man United team we played, and we should have had the same attitude as, right, we're going to go and have a right fucking go at these.
Yeah. So obviously Moyes deserves a lot of credit throughout the season, but there's just moments where he's just had an absolute stinker, and this is one of them. And I was messaging you. I can understand if you wanted to go a defensive mindset because you were anticipating, like I said earlier, you anticipated the line leading the charge against us of Salah, Mane, and Firmino. I can understand that, but once the team sheet's out, if you can't make adjustments, it's halftime, 0-0. You make adjustments at that point. We just didn't. Then on top of that, like you said, the subs. The subs made no sense. I don't know why Yarmolenko's coming on. And then at the 70th minute, we needed to see Odebeku. Like, we need to see Odebeku because odds are we will not sign a striker. And I'm fairly certain Antonio picked up a knock today. He was down for quite a while at one point, and then he was never really running at 100% after that. If he's down and we're having to chuck a striker out there in either Yarmolenko, who will suck, or Odebeku, who has no experience thus far, it has a serious possibility of derailing what could be a promising season. So I don't understand the decision making.
No, nothing about tonight makes any sense. Why would you not bring Odebeku on for 20 minutes? You know what I mean? He needs the experience. David Moyes,
substitution like that,
Moyes clearly felt the game was done and fucking dusted. He brought on Noble and Fredericks. That's Moyes saying, okay, let's try to only lose 2-0.
Yeah, exactly.
So why not bring on Odebeku? It's not like you're trying to go get back in the game. You're clearly not trying to get back in the game and get something from it. You've cashed in your chips. You did it before a ball was kicked, frankly. Yeah, but you're just kind of exacerbating it with those two subs now. You're just proving it. What tonight was all about was, let's see if we can get a 0-0 first. And then once it was 2-0, it was like, let's try not to lose any more than 2-0. So why not bring Becco on up top? Give him 20 minutes. There's absolutely no harm in that whatsoever. And it's great experience for him to be on the pitch against Liverpool for 20 minutes in a proper Premier League game. You know, it's just, I don't know. Tonight is, every once in a while, Moyes has an absolute stinker. Yeah. He had a stinker against Newcastle on the opening day. He had a stinker at home to Brighton. And he's had another absolute stinker here. And that performance is in the top 3 worst performances we've put in all season. Tonight, Brighton and Liverpool and Newcastle, funnily enough, all home displays, were absolutely horrendous. There's not a single player on the pitch for us tonight that got more than a 6.
Yeah, and a 6 would be very generous. And
our best player, probably Sofel, Dawson. They had decent games. They probably
Ben Rama looked like he was pushing for it. I liked
Ben Rama got a 6, I guess. I think after that we're talking.
Rice didn't have his best. Socek was meh. Dawson got the goal, so I'll give him that. Well done. I can't get, like, if you were to ask me who was our man of the match, no one. Craig Dawson, because he got the goal. That's my only logic behind it.
Yeah, they were all really poor tonight. There wasn't a single standout player really.
And now we're going into a tough match here. I need to. I don't usually. I usually have the West Ham schedule up.
Well, we're away to Villa Wednesday.
Yeah, and then hang on here. I'm pulling it up. My computer's kind of slow at times. Yeah, I mean, we have Villa, Fulham, and United in the FA Cup within a week.
Yeah, look, it's fine.
And then,
I mean, it's a loss, all right. It's fine. We have Villa midweek. We'll deal with Villa, but I'm not gonna say, oh, we're gonna go on this awful run now. It's just,
no.
we had a horrible game at home to Brighton. We bounced back against Southampton, played much better. We had a horrible game in the opening day against Newcastle. We were much better the following game against Arsenal. Didn't win either of those games, unfortunately, but hopefully we'll win this one at Villa. But tonight was just a capitulation from start to finish. And yes, we might bounce back away to Villa. I hope we can. I think it's very important.
I hate Villa.
Oh, stop. I think it's very important now that we get something at Villa Park. Like, I'd be fine now with a point.
Yeah.
At Villa. We have to make sure we don't go back-to-back losses. Right? It's important, I think, because we're away to Fulham as well after that. And we've got 2 away games now after this horrific performance at home to Liverpool, where we basically bent over for them, because we bent over for the mighty Liverpool, because they're the mighty Liverpool, and Moyes was completely spooked by the fact that we were playing Liverpool. Presumably, he's not going to feel that way, I hope, against Aston Villa away, but you never know with Moyes. He was spooked by fucking Brighton at home for some reason. So we can't set up like this away at Villa. We just can't. I mean, this is just a recipe for disaster. So it's just a shocking performance all around. But yeah, we have to get something at Villa. Listen, if we bounce back with a win at Villa, we'll quickly forget today, and things will be fine. I just hope we don't have another stinker at Villa. It's hard to know. Well, no, it's not that I don't like Liverpool. I just don't like this fucking irreverence toward Liverpool that people have. They're a great club with a great history, but we weren't playing Bill Shankly's great Liverpool side here tonight.
Yeah.
This was a Liverpool side that was depleted. A lot of its star players missing.
Yeah.
A really, really, hugely weakened Liverpool side that were vulnerable. Now, I'm not saying we definitely would have beat them if we had a go at them, but at least we'd have had a chance.
Yeah.
Moyes gave us no chance tonight.
And I'll say one thing too. This is a personal grudge that I have, or personal distaste that I have. One thing that I absolutely hate is when players go and sound off and like doing predictions for themselves and everything. Antonio missing 4 chances in the last match. Goes on Sky Sports and does an interview where he's, I'm going to bag a hat trick against Liverpool. And he just comes out looking piss poor. I'm like, that's a personal thing for me. I'm just like, shut the hell up. Like, why?
Yeah, just shut up and score goals.
Yeah, do your job.
Just do your job. He had another really good opportunity tonight and fucking
blasted
it wide.
At the TV that we need a striker after that.
Yeah.
Like, you cannot miss those chances.
No, look, Antonio isn't a finisher. We've had this conversation so many times. He's not a good finisher. He runs his ass off. He does a lot of good work for us. He has these good games. But yeah, we need a proper striker up front. I mean, in fairness, it's this can't go on, especially as we don't get any goals from the rest of the front four. We're completely reliant on Antonio to score goals for us. We're reliant on set pieces for the likes of Ogbonna and Dawson to score from set pieces, or from Souček making runs from midfield to score all our goals, because we can't rely on Antonio or the 3 players behind him to score goals, because they just don't score very many. And so, we've got to get a proper frontline striker. Who's got pace, who's a real finisher.
Unfortunately, it doesn't look like, according to X, nothing is close. So at the moment, that's good. We're gonna.
Kieran's right. That was a bottle job from everyone all around. Listen, The players looked like they were told all they heard all week was negativity.
Yeah, you're
They
not wrong.
played. They played like it. They played like a team that had just been fed negativity all week. Like they were just all right. We're just going to sit back, soak it up. We just basically allowed Liverpool to have their way with us. I
Yeah.
mean, anytime Liverpool got the ball, all of our players, every single one, just dropped into our own half. I mean, the first half, I was absolutely disgusted, trying not to throw up, watching Jordan Henderson play from midfield line, from the halfway line. He's standing on the half. There were times Jordan Henderson, their centre back, was playing passes from 10 yards inside our half.
Yeah.
Like, fuck off. Sorry, fuck off. No, that's unacceptable. That is absolute capitulation. That is dropping everybody back. And then how are we supposed to have attacks? We win the ball back. There's 20, 21 players in our half. How the fuck are you supposed to get out? We were reduced to just trying to lump balls forward and hoping Antonio might get in the end of one.
Mark, I hope so.
Crazy stuff.
Let me piss you off here some more. In the post game conference right now, Moyes is talking right now. He was asked about the game. They played much better than us today, so we have no complaints. I'm disappointed at losing the game today, but we move on as quickly as possible.
Yada, yada, yada.
Transfers. I don't really think we will be active at all. I wanted to concentrate on our players rather than ones at other clubs. And then this one's going to where is it? There was one that was pissing me, that pissed me off. We competed as well as we could. We just came up against a team who were too strong for us.
Rubbish. Just all rubbish, really. This is manager speak. Hand on heart, I never listen to interviews of managers or players because they're just so dull, so tepid. They never say anything interesting. They're just so boring. Oh, everything you said there is just boring.
Yeah, I mean the admission though that we're not going to be active at the deadline is
that doesn't surprise me. I figured as much. I kind of knew that anyway. To be honest, it's not. This isn't. I'm not sitting here in shock. I didn't expect us to bring in a striker at this point. So, and that's fine. If we don't bring in a striker until the summer, fine. We don't bring one in until the summer. If we can't get the one we want, let's not, just get one we don't fucking need, just so we get somebody in. But what does it matter? What does it matter anyway? He doesn't bring strikers on. Fucking Odebeko sitting on the bench tonight. Just left him sitting there. Put Yarmolenko up top. When he's got Odebeko, an actual fucking striker who can finish and strike with both feet, doesn't even... In a game he'd already cashed in his chips, he still didn't bring him on.
We were in... I think we've already made that pretty clear, striker.
Well, obviously, if the money is there to bring in players, then obviously a number 9... badly in need of a number 9 and badly in need of some cover for Rice and Souček.
Which I think I think Lingard helps with the cover. I don't think he's an end-all.
Not for... He doesn't help with cover for Rice and Souček.
I'm just saying cover in general.
He helps for the attacking midfield positions for cover there, but that's all. He can't do what Rice and Souček do.
I had just seen a article before we went live, and Guy, who's now at PSG, he left Everton for PSG. Apparently he's interested in coming back to the Premier League. Newcastle had an agreement with PSG, but it's fallen through. So, hell, that would be an interesting one. If just on a loan, that'd be an interesting move.
Yeah, fine. If we're bringing loans, that's fine.
That seems like all we'll ever do anymore is loan to buy and then buy them later on. Just push the payment down the road.
Yeah, but look, welcome to the wacky world of West Ham transfers.
Yep.
Look, if we get another loan, he's a foreign loan, so we're allowed to do that. If we get a loan in, we get a loan in, but I think I'm not expecting really much of anything to happen, to be honest.
Yeah, I
If I
don't
could
think.
but just in answer of the question, I would get a striker in, because Apache did ask. I would get in a number 9, a striker, and I would get in someone who can cover for Rice or Soucek. One of them could have been sent off tonight. They both got yellows. So if one had been sent off and a second yellow, say, and suspended for the Villa game, I mean, now you've got a problem, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I will say this too. I don't like complaining about refs usually, especially on these shows, but this one was atrocious today. I mean, cheap yellow cards given to both Soucek and Rice, despite the fact that Thiago had been fouling all night and probably had about 18 fouls in the first half, it seemed like, and just nothing given. So
and one of them, he went through Bowen.
I don't
understand. It was like a fucking rugby tackle on Bowen. And I don't fucking know. These referees, I'm sick of talking about them. They're so fucking bad. It's unbelievable. Even with VAR, like they can't get it right. Like it's awful stuff. But listen, ever since I've been following the game, this has been the story. Officials have always been shite, frankly.
You would think though that after time they would figure out to make it better, but it just hasn't.
Nope. No, even when they watch replays in slow mo for as long as they want, they fuck it up.
Yeah, I mean, talking about another game with like VAR, obviously the Southampton and Villa game.
Yeah, I mean the offside and the disallowed goal in the Southampton Villa game. I mean, wow.
Yeah, I mean it's incredible. But speaking of Villa, how do you feel for the midweek match?
Yeah, it's going to be tough, like regardless of tonight, of the game today. This is still a tough game away at Villa. You never quite know with Villa. They kind of blow hot and cold. Villa are one of those teams where they're capable of kind of beating anybody, but they're also capable of losing to anyone.
True.
So we'll see. I mean, look, we match up very well with Villa. Player for player. Presumably, Moyes will be much more positive in this game. Presumably, he's not terrified of the Villa history. So I think we'll obviously be much more evenly matched with these. We'll actually go out and try and win against Villa. And we have every chance of doing that. They're a very good side. Obviously, they got some very good players too. I think it'll be a really interesting game. This is a game that is very, very difficult to call. This literally could be anything. We could go up there and beat them, and I would not be surprised if we won up there. Equally, if we lost up there to Villa, won't be surprised. Finishes 2-2, won't be surprised. It's just it's going to be a good game, I think. Though I mean, the game today was absolutely horrible to watch, but I actually think
this is wholeheartedly correct.
Well, yeah, but the thing is, I don't think we will turn up like that. I'm giving Moyes the credit that he's not terrified of Aston Villa, hopefully, and he's not going to set us up, to hang on for a 0-0 right from the first whistle. I think, and I don't think we will do that. I think we will have another kind of bounce back performance where we play much better. We did it after our last 2 horrible performances, so I'm hoping we'll do it again.
Listen, I'm hoping that history kind of repeats itself. That after like an abysmal performance, we go on to win another 4 in a row. I would love that.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that would be great. But
I will gladly take this year. Like 1 abysmal defeat followed by 4 straight victories. Defeat 4 victories.
Yeah, I would all take that.
I mean, yeah, I have my.
I think I don't. Yeah, obviously Kieran is right. If we play like that, we play today, we'll lose to every team in the Premier League beats us today.
True.
Everyone today beats us. But I don't think we will. I think we will play much better up at Villa. I hope so. But like I say, if another poor performance up there, we've got no chance. They will beat us if we play poorly.
Yeah, I agree. But and then obviously we have Fulham on the weekend, which that should be another I say comfortable just based on skills, like differences on paper. But
we should beat Fulham away.
Yeah, you never know.
Well, we have a better team than them. It's as simple as that. And we're in much better form. So, yeah, I think we will go to Fulham and win actually next weekend. So I just hope we can get something at Villa. If we get 4 points from those two, we haven't really lost out on much, have we?
We haven't missed it. Yeah,
we're still on track.
I mean, to be fair, we're talking all this doom and gloom, obviously, because
only for tonight, only for today's game.
Yeah, because it's in the moment, in the heat of the moment. We're still sitting in 5th place after 21 games. So it's not the end of the world. It's not like we're not relegation bound or anything like that. We're still in 5th place. That is after 21 games. That's impressive. But
very impressive. Yeah.
It's just I think everyone says it kind of best. It's not how you perform. It's not the result that we care about. It's the performance you put in. If you lose but give it your all, it sucks that you lose. But the fans can kind of be happy knowing that you gave it your all. This is not one of those matches. This is, like you said, we capitulated from the beginning. So it's just that's why we're upset right now. And yes, I've seen people on Twitter saying, well, we have to remember it's the Premier League champions, everything like that.
That's what I'm talking about. That's the Liverpool syndrome.
Yeah.
Oh, that's Liverpool. They're the champions. Therefore, you just bend over and take it. No, there was points for the taking there tonight, and we didn't take them because we were cowards.
Yeah.
And I hate cowardice. I just hate coward. Listen, even if we were playing against Liverpool's first 11 tonight, you could make some excuse for it, because that's a fucking seriously potentially that's possibly the best team in the world. When Liverpool have their first 11 out and they're flying it and they're in top form. If we'd have been, completely outplayed by them and lost 3-1, I couldn't sit here and complain. I'd have to hold my hands up and say, look, they're just way too good. But that's not the case tonight. That is not nearly close to Liverpool's best 11.
No,
that was vulnerable. That team tonight, and I'll say it again, that Liverpool team tonight was absolutely in no way better than the Man United team that we played at home earlier in the season. And we battered that Man United team for 60 minutes because we didn't play fucking scared. And we did that tonight. We played scared. Moyes was terrified of Liverpool because it was Liverpool. And it showed. And you could see he'd put the fear of God into our players. Can't expect our players to perform, when our manager sets them up like that. No players like that. Come on. The players knew they were there that this was a very negative. That's why we performed like shit against Brighton.
Yeah.
Because the players looked at that lineup and the formation and thought, well, okay, what is this? We're actually playing scared of Brighton at home. And it affected the players, and they played shite because they were set up to kind of very, very negatively. And I think we got the same tonight. The players would have gotten the instructions from Moyes and the coaching staff on what they were doing and getting everyone behind the ball and getting packed into our own half. And the players were probably thinking, fucking hell. They're probably we're better than this, and I think the players just didn't like playing it and didn't want to play like that, and it showed in the performance because it was just abysmal.
Yeah, and I agree. And and don't forget too. This team did just play Tottenham on Sunday or on Thursday.
Tottenham, Mourinho did the same thing.
Yeah,
he played terrified. He set up negatively, and they got the same treatment.
And on top of that, too, they had Firmino on the bench. They had Mane completely out. Fabinho's out. And they had just played a tough match against Tottenham in the sense that Tottenham's still a pretty good team. So, such a quick turnaround. We should have went at them because of how weak that squad was.
A team that was even weaker than the one that Tottenham played. Yeah. And that was 3 days ago. And I'll tell you what, them Liverpool players, that's as easy a 3 points as they'll get all season.
Yeah.
They probably could not believe. Them Liverpool players probably expected a really hard game tonight. They probably expected a really tough game today. And we were going to really put it up to them, and they were going to have to really earn the points if they were going to win them. They probably cannot believe inside in the bus now, or on the bus or wherever they are on the way back up to Liverpool, they probably can't believe how easy that was.
Yeah, really quickly. I understand what you're saying. Again, I get what you're trying to say, Neil. But when they had their full 11, their first 11, yes, that team, no. I didn't know a few of those. I've never heard a few of those players in the 11 today.
Oh, come on. Like, fucking.
So
That Shaqiri. Come on, Neil. Shaqiri and Origi and all these fucking people said they're far superior to Soucek and Rice and all. Come on, Neil. This is the irreverence that Liverpool have. I'm telling you. Some people have it. You know, it's in their head. It's Liverpool. Therefore, all of their players are these amazing gods. Like, I'm sorry, fucking Origi. No, he's not a great fucking player. Origi. He's okay. Do you know, fucking Shaqiri. He's not a great player.
I think I said that earlier, but I'll tell you my opinion. When I saw that Firmino wasn't on the bench, if you look at Liverpool's schedule, their next match is against Brighton. So, I mean, you would think that they would be going full strength as possible because they should have a relatively easy game after us against Brighton. Dropping Firmino, for me, was a sign of disrespect that they thought that this was going to be an easier game. That, oh, we can give Firmino a break because it's just West Ham. So when that comes out, when that team sheet comes out, and you see that, if I'm in the West Ham dressing room, I'm just, all right, they're disrespecting us. They don't think that we're going to give them a game. And, I mean, rightfully so, we didn't. But, I mean, I would have pushed for them.
I bet you Brighton give them a much tougher game than we did.
I don't doubt that. The way things are shaping up, I don't doubt that.
Yeah, that was an easy one for Liverpool. We just handed them 3 points.
Well, Neil, it's because we let them.
We sat back and allowed them to dictate everything. Everything. We got everyone behind the ball in our own half. Their centre-backs were playing passes in our half. I mean, come on, Neil. We handed them the game. How easy could you want it?
Yeah,
How easy could you make it for them?
They had 415 passes alone in the first half.
I don't even want to know what the possession was.
No, I'm going to look that up now, actually. I'm kind of curious now. Liverpool stats. Here.
That was a training session for Liverpool tonight, Neil.
Oh, what was that in the background? Hang on here. I'm pulling up the stats. Let's see.
Brighton just took the lead against Tottenham.
Oh, that's interesting. Why is it pulling up that?
Chris.
Yeah, I heard you.
Brighton won, Tottenham 0.
Jeez. 32% ball, 32% possession. Jeez.
That is capitulation. That is absolute capitulation. Seriously, when you... Jesus Christ, man, that is so bad.
Yeah.
32%.
Yeah, at home as well.
Wow.
So the Guardian actually has it at 35, so regardless, it's in the 30s.
Nonetheless, that is atrocious.
I don't know this passing statistics. I'd have to find that. I don't know, but I mean, they just
that would be equally embarrassing. Trust me.
Yeah, I mean, 415 passes in the first half. They were raving about Chelsea's 800 and some odd against Villa, wasn't it? And was it Villa? No, Burnley, where they drew 0-0. They were raving about over 800 passes for Chelsea. I can't wait to hear how much they rave about this one.
Oh Christ! I mean, this is one I think to forget. I'm really, really glad we have a midweek game, Chris. I really am, because we need to get this one out of our system fast.
Yeah.
Just as quickly as possible. I'm literally just going to be... I'm not even going to bother really with this game now on Twitter, talking about it. I'm just going to make myself more sick than I already am. I'm just going to start turning my attention now to Wednesday and Villa, and we have got to have a bounce back performance from the players, because that tonight was embarrassing and it was quite humiliating. Not the result, not the 3-1, just the nature of it was awful viewing.
Yeah, I agree with this. Yeah, it's completely on the coaching staff. It's I think the entire week we trained to be more defensive because of the front line that they have. Front line wasn't there, and we never adjusted accordingly.
I think even if Mane was playing, that's still ultra defensive. It's still ultra negative.
Well,
Mane is a very good player, Chris. I know that he's really good, but listen, you've got no chance like this. Even if Mane was playing tonight and we set up like that, they probably would have just scored more. It's just you can't set up that negatively against a good side. Any good side. What team would not have beaten us tonight playing like that?
Maybe Sheffield.
Maybe if we're lucky, we'd have gotten a 0-0 against Sheffield United.
Only because Sheffield have been terrible this year.
But no matter who Liverpool are putting out, if you're going to sit back like that and just get everyone into your own half, you can hold out for a while, sure. If you're very, very lucky, maybe you'll get a 0-0 out of it.
Yeah.
But that's the best you can hope for. In all likelihood, they are going to score because you're just giving them attack after attack after attack after attack. And they will, at some point, they'll get through and they'll score. So this was never going to work. It was always a losing strategy. And to be completely honest, we got what we deserved in the end. We have a horrible record against the top six.
To be fair though, I've seen people talking about that on Twitter.
Big six.
Yeah, and then I've also seen some responses to that. I would far rather us play well against the remaining 13 teams and get a few points out of the Big Six than only do well against the Big Six and perform terribly against the other 13.
Obviously.
So, I mean, it's not the end of the world. It just
sucks. But it's not. I know, but Chris, look, obviously we'd rather it this way around than the other.
Yeah.
But it's not an either or. It's not like take your pick. Would you rather, have
What's in this?
And would you rather, have a great record against the Big Six and lose to everyone else, or would you rather have a great record against everyone else and lose to the Big Six? This is not the dichotomy here. It's not an either or. Listen, I've said it already. We lost the same scoreline at home to Man U. I was much happier after that game than I am tonight. We didn't come on here like this after the United game. We were frustrated because we fucking battered them for 60 minutes and didn't take our chances, and then got unfortunately done. They brought on Fernandes and Rashford, and it turned the game for them. But we should have been out of sight after an hour in that United game. We were absolutely superb in the first 60 minutes. So we didn't have too many complaints, only just frustrated that we didn't take our chances. This is
we're talking about this season.
This is the same thing, same scoreline tonight, but a completely different feeling at the end of it. This was absolute capitulation, absolute cowardice on the part of David Moyes, and it was disgusting to watch.
This is On a side note, by the way, completely kind of unrelated, but after the sale by Marseille of Sanson to Villa, have you seen what's been going on with Marseille?
No.
Their fans actually stormed the training ground, with pitchforks, fires, and flares, all of that, demanding the sacking of the president of the club, and apparently wanting, they were headhunting Dimitri Payet.
Yeah, that's the French are a fucking strange bunch.
Different, man. Imagine we stormed a field in the middle of a game. Imagine if they just anti-board people just stormed the training ground demanding they sell.
I know, yeah, it's amazing, isn't it? The French are
they're different, man.
They're a different breed. They love their pitchforks and their fires and their shit like that, and they're rioting and they're mad for it.
Yeah. I just had to mention that because it's just been crazy to see.
Yeah, it's good. The situation in France is going to be interesting going forward. Definitely,
Yeah.
they're in a lot of trouble over there financially. That
Yeah.
TV deal collapsed, I think, so.
And then, obviously the Spanish paper leaking Messi's contract too. So,
Oh, did they?
oh, you didn't see that?
No,
They,
Chris. Hand on heart, Chris. I pay absolutely zero attention to anything that's happening outside the Premier League.
I
That's
only
God's.
saw it because it was trending on Twitter. Basically, Spanish newspaper, the El Mercado, I believe, they got Messi's contract, like a hold of the details of Messi's contract from 2017, and calculated it out. That contract alone, he's made $675 million USD.
So how much?
675 million.
World's gone mad.
No wonder
Is it any wonder? Do you any wonder they're like fucking trillion in debt or whatever the hell it is in Barcelona?
Yeah.
Christ Almighty!
Rumors are that Barcelona like gave the report trying to push Messi out.
Who knows what's going on at that bloody club?
But yeah. So, do you feel confident then for the midweek match against Villa?
Yeah, I think we can get something there. They're a very good side, look, on their day, but again, they blow hot and cold. Oh, here we go again. Look, can I say that there's some deal been done in the Premier League that I'm not aware of, that you have to choose whether to lose to the Big Six and beat everyone else, or the other way around. Have I missed something here?
I think it's just because it's usually the opposite of how we play. Usually, most seasons we do like we get like
we're allowed to beat both.
No, I know.
It's okay. Like, if we beat Liverpool today, we didn't have to forfeit the Villa game on Wednesday. We can win both. It's fine. We can have a good record against the top six and still beat other teams. Yeah. It's not. I mean, I don't know.
Everyone comparing.
People talk like we have to. Like there's some kind of dichotomy here where we have to pick one or the other.
To be fair,
yes, of course, I'd rather beat the other 14 and lose to the Big Six if that's some kind of deal that's being offered. I'm not aware of any deal. We can beat both. Stop with this.
I think it's more just everyone comparing like this season to years past, where we've always done poor against the other 13 and gotten a surprising amount of points against the top six and flip it. That is true. That is true.
All right, let's do it.
I mean, yeah.
I'll sign that deal. I'll sign that deal. Let's do it. Yeah, still in fifth. Like we said earlier, Mark. Listen, we're ranting about this game and this game only. We're having a very good season overall. We go to Villa Park Wednesday night. They're beatable. They blow hot and cold. You never know which kind of Villa you're going to get, really. So there's a great chance we can go and get something there. The important thing is, don't lose that game, because I do think we'll go to Fulham and win actually next weekend. So the important thing at Villa Park is go up there, get something. Off the back of a really poor performance like this, I think it's important that your next game you get something, so you don't get any kind of a rot setting in where people's confidence really starts getting dented or anything. So, overall, very positive season, and fingers crossed a bounce back performance. That is the only Villa.
And that's why I hate Villa. I hate Villa.
Their performances are up and down, but their diving is relentless.
Yeah. And then their hypocrisy of bitching and moaning about VAR, and then when it goes their way, we love VAR.
I don't ever want to hear Villa fans bitching about VAR, ever. I really don't. Man. Chris, can you imagine? I really want us to beat them by VAR fucking them over.
But the absolute audacity for their official account to tweet "Nevar in doubt."
Yeah, that's really fucking.
I think Villa has quickly become one of the most collectively hated teams in the Premier League this season.
Nobody likes them. Absolutely nobody likes Villa. It's
And
amazing. They are just a dirty cheating club. Frankly, I mean, they genuinely have divers, and even Ross Barkley now is part of that team, and he likes a dive. I
yeah,
remember him. I remember him. Actually, I'm sure it was him when he was at Everton, where he took a dive and got, I think, Kevin Nolan yellow carded, and Kevin Nolan was about 2 feet behind him and never even attempted to make a tackle.
of
He
course.
was he was running across his path behind him, but he was about 2 feet behind him. Never put a tackle in. Ross Barkley fell over. The ref gave a free kick and booked Nolan, and actually was nowhere near him.
Um, so one thing that West Ham players seem to like to be doing nowadays, you have Suchek kicking Henderson in the head today. You have Craig Dawson kicking the one defender in the head. Can we please just have a few players kick Grealish in the head? Like, that would make me happy.
Yeah, I need to see him do something that puts him out for the rest of the season. Frankly,
I I never wish injury upon a player, but he is one player I wish would get injured for the season. I really do.
yeah, I'm the same. I never like seeing a player get injured, but if Grealish were to say
Tore his
have
ACL.
a if he were to like have a foot problem, a broken metatarsal or bone in his foot that was going to put him out for a few weeks, just saying I could live with it.
We all do.
Yeah, there's going to be a long fucking line, Matthew. I can tell you. You get to the back of the line, lad, and bring a sleeping bag.
Yeah. And put a couple days worth of food.
Yeah, it's going to be a long line. Yeah, nobody likes Villa or Southampton, frankly. So yeah,
Southampton, I don't really have animosity towards.
no, they're
Yeah.
fine. I'm indifferent to
Yeah,
Southampton.
they're having a good season. Good for them. Villa, they shouldn't be in the league to begin with.
No,
They're
I
all
mean, it's how they got away with that. How they got away with that, I just don't know.
it was
I
a
mean,
goal line technology failure. Like it just
yeah, imagine like surviving, which they did on the back of a
that's
goal line technology failure.
a little surprising.
Yeah, you're in the minority, Nippon.
The vast minority. But
I can't wait. I'm assuming they still have to play Chelsea again this season. I can't wait till Nippon comes on here after Villa have played Chelsea and talk those dirty, cheating, diving bastards coming on here ranting and raving about how much he
yeah.
hates Villa. Yeah. But yeah, just I want to put this behind.
They planned the last match of the season.
Oh, yeah. Wait till after the last game. Nippon will be on here. Absolutely effing and blinding.
Oh, and speaking of actually injury, doing like the dives, Harry Kane finally got his due.
Yep, Harry Kane got his comeuppance.
That's the word I was looking for.
Trying to do his usual backing in, except on this occasion, the opponent didn't jump, and he ended up injuring himself. So that was beautiful.
Yeah, you get what you deserve. You get what you deserve.
Yeah. Well, karma will come back for you sometime.
Yeah, well, Salah still needs to get his karma.
Yeah, there's a few players that still need it, so we'll see what happens there. But
yeah, I'm fairly confident for the Villa match.
Yeah, I think we're going to get something. I suspect we'll beat them.
Betting them favored, obviously, just being at home. But I think that we'll go and at least get a point. But I think that we'll win it.
Yeah, I think if I was putting money on it, I would say that we'll beat Villa away. So,
we'll see, Apache.
Well, I hope so, Apache. Because listen, what did tonight do for us? What did it do for us? Listen, he got negative. He got ultra negative at home to Brighton. We got beaten. We got ultra negative at home to Liverpool tonight. Got beaten. This negativity. It's not like it gets us points.
Yeah.
At least, if we'd have gotten a 0-0 tonight, Moyes could at least say, well, it got us a point. And you'd have to say, yeah, well, I guess it got us a point. But it didn't. It got us the 2 times he's done it. It's gotten us 2 defeats. doesn't work. It's pointless. You may as well just go and be positive and have a go.
Yeah, let's beat Villa. If Burnley can do it, let's do it.
Well, that's not quite how it works, Dalek. The Premier League doesn't work. That logic doesn't work in the Premier League. That
I understand what he's
Burnley
saying.
Burnley beat Villa. We're better than Burnley, therefore we have to beat Villa. Not how it works. I don't for a second believe that Sheffield United are better than Man United, but they beat them. It's just this crazy league. You can't predict any game whatsoever. Just anything can happen. Brighton are beating Tottenham right now.
Yeah, and what Matthew just said is correct. The tactic for that we use tonight works with the back five, but not the back four.
Yeah, that's the thing. If you were going to be ultra defensive, then just play 3 centre backs and 2 wing backs. It's better designed for that kind of negative formation. For negative tactic.
Notes mixed up.
Yeah, or why bother with Antonio at all, or Benrahma? Just put more defenders on. Just put 10 defenders on.
Yeah, Burnley beat Liverpool, but they killed us. Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You just can't, can't
predict
anything. Yeah. Yeah, look, it is what it is. It's done. It's in the book as one of our 3 worst performances of the season. No, I wouldn't take a draw if it was offered now. I'm willing to take our chances in that game. I would still play the game if I was being offered a point. I think that Villa are beatable.
Yeah, I do too. But listen,
I think I know what you're saying.
Yeah.
Look, after the game, if it happens to have been a draw, yes, of course, I can live with that.
Yeah,
that'll be a decent point. Yeah,
it's a point against a relatively equal squad. So I mean, it's a point. A point is a point. It helps us in the long run. So, but is it as good as 3 points? Obviously not.
No.
And just for morale's sake, a win would. Everyone, like you said earlier, it would just kind of go to the back of the mind. No one would really. It wouldn't become a point of emphasis.
Yeah, look, like I said, that's the joy of having a midweek game now. We get to go put this behind us pretty quickly and focus on Villa, which is, today's Sunday. It's 3 days away. So we get to focus on that. Put this behind us tonight. Focus on Villa tomorrow, and on bouncing back. And hopefully, fingers crossed, we go up there and get 3 points. The show is back on the road.
Yep. Yeah, and keep pushing. But listen, we're kind of coming to the end of the show, so
yep.
We've kind of expressed everything we need to say. So before we depart, any final words?
Yes, David Moyes, please never do that again. We saw it at home to Brighton. We saw it at home tonight. It looks terrible. The optics are awful. It's nothing but capitulation. And it does not work. Stop doing it. Have a go. Listen, we could have lost 3-1 having a go tonight, but at least we'd be sitting here talking about how we had a go and we tried to beat them. And who knows, if we'd had a go, maybe we would have damn well beaten them. But you never find out by parking the bus what you could have done had you tried to win the game. So please, David Moyes, no more of those this season.
Yeah, I agree. Can't really say it better than anything better myself. I don't think so. I don't necessarily think it's harder now. I think if anything, we're going to be a little bit more motivated.
Yeah.
Need to stop Grealish. Yeah, and that's the key. Is you do that, it's victory. It's at least.
Yeah, Sofal will take care of that snidey little shit.
He'll pocket him, or he'll just put in a challenge and break his leg. Either or.
Put him in the fucking stand.
Yeah.
First time he comes near you. Early doors.
Welcome. Right
Tommy, Charlie boy. Tommy does keep it real.
Oh, and before we go, big old congratulations to Tommy for winning Friday Night Likes.
Oh yeah, that was nice. Yeah, it was nice. Yeah, I won't lie. It's obviously it's nice to win stuff. So, I'm a humble guy. I'm not a egotist, and it's not a big deal. Let's be honest. It's just a bit
no,
of fun, but it is nice to win things.
no, I meant to mention it earlier, just completely forgot until I don't know why Charlie made me reminded me of it. But
because Charlie's my assistant manager. I don't know if you remember. We were saying if I get the West Ham job, Charlie Boy is assistant manager. So Charlie is always in the chat when I'm on Wednesday nights with Lee and the boys, Lee and Selly and all them. And he was in the Friday Night Likes, giving me support. It didn't go unnoticed, Charlie Boy. Appreciate you, my friend.
If he's the club and you're the manager and Charlie's the assistant manager, then I'm in charge of transfers.
That's fine. Transfers are all yours. Here, listen. Do you know what I also did? Because I'm a little bit evil too. I put Tim and I made Tim the goalkeeping coach.
Oh, I wish I want to know kind of what Tim thought of those goals. I mean, Fabianski couldn't have done any better against those, but Tim. Always having to go at Fabianski. I don't know why.
He fucking hates goalkeepers. I don't know what's wrong with him.
Yeah, just all goalkeepers, but in particular Fabianski or whoever's in West Ham's goal.
Yeah, he just hates goalkeepers, Tim. I don't know what went on there. Some weird. If he had there was some weird childhood trauma involving him and a goalkeeper. I don't know. It's I don't know what that is, but maybe I don't want to know.
Gary, I don't like disagreeing with people, but I heavily disagree with that.
That's harsh.
Yeah, he's proven that he can do it on his own this year. He's
actually been surprisingly good as an orthodox left back this season. But
yeah,
I do think. I'll tell you honestly, I don't particularly want Cresswell to be our left back next season.
Oh,
if I'm honest, I think he's getting to the age now where he's going to hit the wall.
Yeah,
and when that happens, like with fullbacks, when the wall hits, it hits hard and it hits immediately. It's like Cresswell could have a really good season this season, and he is. And then he could come into next season, all of a sudden it's like, oh shit, he's gone. He's hit the wall, he's gone. He's no longer any good. And now we're like, oh crap, we can't have this at left back all season. And then we're in trouble. So I would rather actually, as well as Cresswell is doing well this season, but I really, really think we've got to look at bringing in a younger, fitter left back who can be there. Like we did with Sofal on one side. We need to do that now on the left, I think. We can't wait until Cresswell hits the wall. It would be too late then. And it will cost us, games and over the course of that season until the next window when we can get one in. I would like to see us do that this summer.
Here's a good question, kind of. Does Mikel Antonio deserve an England call-up?
No. I think there's better strikers there. I don't see it, no.
He only deserves...
I hear the argument. He offers something different. Listen, trust me, international football is a different kettle of fish, even to the Premier League. It really is. It's a whole different ball game. I just don't think. He's not international caliber. I'm sorry, he just isn't.
My opinion on it is he's only qualified for it based on his goal scoring record, but he's not a natural finisher. He'd miss more chances than he'd take when playing for England, and he'd immediately go back to the bench. So why?
I don't think he'd ever get on for England. I really don't. I just don't think he'd kick a ball in anger for England. There are just too many forwards who are just better than him, who are ahead of him.
And that's what I think too. On statistics wise, yes. Ability wise, no.
Plus, he'll get injured on England duty. You just know it.
That too. But listen, obviously we have a disappointing match today. We have the mid-match week against Villa, which we'll be right back here for. I'll know for sure after later in the week, so hopefully by the Villa match. But there is a chance I might not be able to do a show next weekend after Fulham, so we'll see how that all works out. But obviously, thank you, Tommy, for joining me as always. Thank you for everyone joining us in the chat. Though it's kind of been a different episode, just kind of ranting. And just obviously, we're not complaining about the season as a whole, just this match.
Just this game,
yeah. So hopefully we can turn fortunes around against Villa, get a good win against them, or even just a point I'd be okay with.
Or let's go at least go up there and try and win it.
Yeah, that
would be nice.
That's a very good point as well. But until then, thank you everyone for joining us, and we will see you back here on Wednesday. And until then, come on, you Irons.
Come on, you Irons.